the high level of visibility that this head-up display produces, and in all lights as well, is definitely one feature that makes this head-up display stand out from a lot of the others. It really is quite impressive for a head-up display that uses a projective style of display screen. But this is also a head-up display that quite possibly every tech fan in the entire world would fall in love with. And that's due to its cleverly designed motorized projective display screen, that when you start your car like this, will open all by itself. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello and welcome to the channel, and I hope you like today's video. If you like smart home and automotive technology content, then hit that subscribe button because that's what you're going to see on this channel. In today's video, I am reviewing another head-up display. And some of the features that this head-up display has are not like any other head-up display features that you may have seen before. Well, actually, technically speaking, it doesn't really have many features at all, but the features it does have are very unique, not to mention unbelievably cool and fun to use as well. With this head-up display, you are really paying for the high-quality build of the device rather than the features that it offers, and this is indeed a very high-quality designed HUD. This may be a head-up display that you have also not seen or heard of before, because it's not as common to find like some of the other bigger brands. But this is a head-up display with massive potential to be even better than it already is. It's called the MX, which is just a short abbreviation for the MX OBD Multifunctional Version HUD. And this is a OBD2 controlled head-up display only. It is not GPS controlled at all. In fact, it's actually Bluetooth controlled as well, because one really interesting thing about this HUD in regards to the settings of it is you actually set it up using an app on your smartphone. Yes, if you want to make any adjustments to this device, you need to use an app to do it, as this HUD is actually app controlled. So if you want to do something as simple as just adjust the speed accuracy of the device so it matches your speedometer perfectly, you are only able to do that using the supplied app. Now yes, this HUD does also have a scrolling wheel here on the side of it as well, but this is not for adjusting the settings of the device, as I will demonstrate for you shortly. Now another really interesting feature with this HUD is the display screen. Yes, it does have a flip-up style projection screen, like a lot of other head-up displays, but with this one, you don't actually manually extract the screen using your hand to use this device at all, because this head-up display screen is actually motorized. Yes, this is a super cool feature, because with this head-up display, all you need to do is start your car, which I will do now. And as you can see, the projection screen will automatically open by itself, just like that. And then it's ready to use. Yes, this is definitely a very cool feature indeed. And as you are probably expecting, when you turn off the car again, as I've just done now, the projection screen will then automatically close again by itself as well. And as you again have just seen, the operation of the device when it does this is incredibly smooth and quiet, thanks to its high build quality design. This head-up display's projection screen is also incredibly intelligent as well. And what I mean by that is, obviously the angle the projection screen opens to will be the same for everyone on the device's first use. But this will need to be changed due to the car it's being installed on, including the seating position and the height of you, the driver, as well. But this head-up display has been designed to measure this angle for you. And once done, it will then remember that. So for example, after you plug it into the OBD2 port of your car for the very first time, and then start the car, as I will do now, the projection screen will of course open all the way, as you can see. But of course this angle may not be correct for you. It definitely isn't correct for me. In fact, I can hardly see the display. So when it's not, it is required to adjust the angle of the display screen so the viewing angle meets your particular requirements. And you do that by using the scrolling wheel on the side of the device. It can actually be done using the app as well. So let's give that a try. It's got to come up. So let's put it up to about there. Once you have the display screen set to the perfect viewing angle for you, the head-up display will remember this angle. So if you now turn off the car and wait for the projection screen to close, and then now you start the car again, as you can see, the projection screen will now open to the last angle that you just set it to, and it will remember this every time from now on. Unless, of course, you unplug the device, because this head-up display does not actually have any internal memory whatsoever. So if power is disconnected from the device, any changes that you have made will need to be readjusted again, as the device will just be reset back to its factory default settings again. Now, since we are still looking at the projection screen here, let's now take a closer look at the actual projected display on the screen instead. If you're looking at this display right now and thinking, wow, that is one of the clearest head-up displays I have ever seen before, then that's good, because that means my camera is, for once in its life, actually clearly displaying how amazing this head-up display really is. Yes, the clear visibility display of this HUD is absolutely incredible, and it is also without any doubt the highest quality display I have ever reviewed of any head-up display before. Any projective display, of course, that is. So I hope my camera is clearly showing this to you. The amazing display visibility achieved from this HUD is all thanks to a technology known as airborne suspension imaging, which I honestly have never heard of before. But one thing is for sure, it definitely improves the display quality in a really big way. It is actually so good that I would have to rate it at 99%, and that's in all light surroundings as well. Of course, as you would expect, at night time the display visibility is near perfect. It's very comfortable on your eyes and is thoroughly enjoyable to look at, just like most head-up displays are when it gets dark. But the best thing about this head-up display is, even if the sunshine is glaring through your car's windscreen, on a really hot summer's day like it is right now for me, the high visibility of the display is hardly affected. And I've actually never experienced this before with any other projective type of head-up display. It is seriously unbelievably good. This HUD does also support auto brightness and dimming as well. This here is the little light sensor for the device, and this feature does also work exceptionally well. The display brightness can also be manually adjusted as well, again using the app if required, but from my experience it should not need to be manually adjusted at all. Now, if you do purchase this device, you will need to ask the supplier for the English version of the instruction manual, because the instruction manual supplied with this device is only in Chinese. And so if you don't know how to read Chinese, you will not be able to download the app or set up this device at all. The customer service this company offers is exceptionally good though. They are very fast to reply to you and are very helpful in answering any of your questions to set up the device. This HUD does also support both Android and iOS, but again you will also need to ask the supplier for the Android version of the app as well, as it may not be available in the Google Play Store. For me it wasn't, but again the company sent it to me straight away without any delay. iPhone users are, however, just able to download the app from the App Store itself, and remember you will need the app to be able to use this device, as it is required just to set it up correctly. So speaking of the app, what can you actually do with it? Well, first of all, this head-up display also has a clock as well, as you can see on the display right now. And the correct time for this clock is set by connecting the HUD to your smartphone over a Bluetooth connection to retrieve and synchronize the time from your phone itself. It cannot actually be manually set at all. It is only automatically synchronized with your phone to set it up this way. Using the app will also allow you to turn the built-in buzzer on and off using this feature here, buzzer switch. Now, when I say that, I am only referring to the beeping sound the device makes when you press the scrolling wheel on the side of the device, which also operates as a button as well to change the display mode. So for example, the beeping that you hear in the background now, that is the only thing that can be turned on and off using the buzzer switch feature in the app. It will not turn off the speed alarm, and the reason for that is because this device does not actually have a speed alarm at all. It is in fact just a silent operating head-up display. And up here at the top of the app, you will also see a feature that appears to be able to allow you to change the speed unit. So in other words, between kph and mph. But please note this feature is not actually supported with this device at all. In fact, this head-up display actually only supports kph. It does not support mph whatsoever. And there is also no mph version of this device available either. At least not at the time of this review anyway. This may be a feature that the manufacturer will add at a later date. So if your car speedometer is in mph, this head-up display is probably not the best device for your car, because as I said before, it is also OBD2 controlled and it does not support GPS. The HUD light setting feature in the app is how you can manually control the HUD's display brightness. But as I said before, it's automatically controlled and so therefore should not require manual adjusting at all. And the HUD speed setting feature in the app is what you can use to calibrate the speed accuracy with the speedometer of your car, if you find that it is not accurate to the speedometer. For me, it was perfectly accurate to my speedometer out of the box, so I did not need to change anything at all using this feature. And lastly, these buttons down here, +5, +1, etc. They are used as another way to adjust the angle of the projection display screen. But in my opinion, doing it the manual way, as I showed you before, earlier on in the video, is much easier, and that's definitely my preferred way to do it. This head-up display is also designed to work with cars that have the start-stop feature as well, and there is also a setting in the app for this. And because this head-up display also supports fuel consumption monitoring, a fuel type setting is also provided in the app. It may need to be adjusted for your particular car, but again for me, it did not need adjusting at all. Now, as I said before, pushing the scrolling wheel will allow you to change the display mode as well, as you have kind of already seen before. So yes, this head-up display does also have different display modes, but only in regards to the data that is displayed on your screen. So you are able to switch between different display modes such as your fuel consumption, which at the moment is highlighted in green. And then if we press the scrolling wheel one more time, it goes to the battery voltage in blue, and then the coolant temperature, a RPM rev counter, and then lastly back to the built-in clock again, which apparently is a feature that a lot of you like with a head-up display. So that's great news, because with the MX you have definitely got it. Anyway guys, that is how the MX head-up display works, and from my experience with it so far, it works really well. It's even been well designed when it comes to air ventilation as well. As you may be able to see on camera, it does have some air ducts built into the top of the device here, and that's a great feature which a lot of other head-up displays don't have. And because a head-up display gets very hot sitting on top of your dashboard all the time, it's also a very important feature to have. For me personally, apart from the really cool automatically controlled motorized projection screen, how it opens and closes by itself, the best thing about this head-up display would have to be the amazing display visibility. Projective head-up displays just do not get any better than this in my opinion. It has been very well designed indeed. I personally would have liked to have seen at least one speed alarm included, but again, that's just my personal preference. Not everybody likes or wants a audible speed alarm with their head-up display, but I personally do. As for the cost of the device, at the time of this review, this head-up display cost approximately 90 New Zealand dollars. And as I said at the beginning of the video, you're paying for quality, not so much the features, apart from the projective head-up display that opens and closes by itself, of course. Obviously, I have reviewed head-up displays with a lot more features than this one has got, but the high build quality standard of this head-up display, in my opinion, is hard to match. It is a very good head-up display that I do really like a lot. I have a lot more head-up display reviews coming up on this channel, so unfortunately this head-up display is not going to be able to live on my car's dashboard for much longer, as I do need to make room to test other products. But I am sure that this is not going to be the last time you will see the MX sitting here on the top of my dashboard. Anyway guys, that now brings us to the end of another video, and thank you so much for watching. I will put a link in the description area below for anyone who is interested in purchasing the MX head-up display for themselves, but please do remember this head-up display is strictly kph only, and it is also only a OBD2 controlled head-up display. And because not all OBD2 head-up displays will work with all cars, I would highly recommend confirming your car model with the supplier before you purchase it. If you liked this video or found it helpful, then please like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel, where you can watch even more videos, which I upload every week, and I hope to see you all in the next video.